Thanks everybody for joining this call, and we just had a Q&A, and let me repeat this because I want everybody, if you listen to the replay, also understand this point. So Will had just a new client, and Will receives, I asked him, I didn't know that, I just asked him, how much do you earn from that AdWords client? And Will answers he earns $300 per month plus AdWords spent. So probably he makes at least $300. So, and then on the next question I ask is how much work after setup, after the first month, how much work do you anticipate to need to work on that account? And Will answer 2 to 3 hours. And that is very, very typical. So the question is, do you want to earn $100 per hour? Does that meet your goal? And if that does meet your goal, then you just have the highlight of your life that you can earn $100 per month to learn AdWords management. And I say this for years, and time over time it proves that you can do that with not too hard work. You just go to the training. I don't know, you go to the AdWords Academy training and you know much more than 90% all AdWords managers. I guarantee you. Local AdWords is completely different than AdWords for products sales. So, because if you sell a product, you have a thank you page. You put in tracking pixel in, so you know exactly which keyword generated a sale. That everybody can do that. But local AdWords, you don't have a lot of clicks. You need to know what local intended. You need to understand which ad works the best. You need to know very well how negative keyword works. You need to know how many negative keywords you really need. Negative keywords is as important as the real keywords. Once you know all of that, and you can learn it in 10 hours, 10 times 1 hour training, you are well equipped. So the next question I ask, and that is also very important, and it's a tough question, and that is why I started this recording actually. Do you want to earn one time $1,000, which is a lot of money, or you rather earn $200 per month? That's a tough question, correct? So you have a client, an AdWords client, he said, hey, okay, I'm okay with your service, I pay you $1,000, maybe per year, okay? And another AdWords client said, or the same AdWords client said, or would you like me to pay you $200 per month? And Dale was answering, I'd rather have $1,000 instantly. And my point of view is, you are not in business if you don't have clients who pays you recurring. You want to go after those recurring payments. Yes, it is harder to get a recurring payment, but it is not relative harder. Over time, you build up those clients which are willing to pay you recurring, and do you know that 95% or higher of my income I can tell is recurring, and I can tell at 95% accuracy what I earn next month, because my cancellations are very low. The most payments get done on the first day of the month. How much peace gives us in your body, you know, that you know how much you earn next month. and that you can pay your bills. You don't need to prospect, okay? The reason why I still make significant hours is because I want to grow my business, okay? Growing takes energy, maintaining not, okay? Let's say you want to build a house. Building a house takes a lot of energy. You agree? You agree that building a house takes a lot of energy? But maintaining, not, correct? Maintaining a couple of hours per week, and even you can have some cheap labor doing for you, correct? That doesn't take a lot of time. That is how you can set up your business. Growing your business takes energy. You have to learn, you have to prospect, and all of kind of things. It takes energy and time, but maintaining not. So if you kind of want to be lazy in a month, you don't care about building your business, and you have and your clients pays you recurring, you can go on vacation. You have a laptop, $1,000 laptop, and you can run it at any hotel or any place where they have internet. You answer some questions in the morning, you do some AdWords management an hour, and you're done. That's really true. So, which lifestyle do you want to achieve? Okay, so this is we just started before the webinar about how are you doing, and Will said, I have a new AdWords client, so we came on this topic. So Dale said, after all these years of your work, what is the ballpark amount of your recurring income only? 95%. And I make more in a month than an average employee, average person in the States the whole year. Okay, I don't know. I don't want to give you an exact number, but I do very well. Okay. And okay, Dale, and do you agree that I have a strong accent? Do you think your accent is better than me? Do you think you can speak better than me with everybody, kind of, because you have a not so strong accent? So I'm 100% convinced each of you can do a much better job than me. Okay? I have some handicaps. Okay? So you cannot come with excuses that you cannot achieve the same as I have achieved. Okay? Now on top of that, I'm sharing what I have learned. Okay? So you don't need to make the same mistakes as I have made. Okay? And you have access to all my tools. Dale said, but your strong accent is your strength because you never give up. Now, that never give up is kind of persistence. So do you know what persistence I mean with? You don't quit. You don't quit when things are not going your way. Okay? I remember very well every day that in 2009 we started our own business, our local business, and we had $40,000 left on the bank account. That's all what we had, $40,000. and you run a business with an employee and you have to pay rent, okay? And every month at least $8,000 was on fixed cost, okay? Every month when you don't make money, your bank balance goes low. And that is very scary that at a certain point you could hit the zero, correct? And then you are out of business, okay? That motivated me so much that I was tireless. I think tireless is the right word. I did everything what I could do, and I didn't feel that I was tired to turn my local business into success. And within 3 months, we broke even. Within 6 months, we were top number 3 from 150 locations. Okay? And they started all calling us, hey, how is it, what are you guys doing? I did it with my wife. What are you guys doing that make you successful? And then I told, so we bought a franchise, and 9 months, we bought a franchise 9 months before we were planned to open. And everything was planned almost on a day. And I was studying. Do you know, okay, this is a good question. Do you know what would you do to become successful if you set up a local business? What would you do? And maybe you buy in a franchise. What would you do? You can all learn from this. If you hear it, it's very logical. But the question is, what would you do when you have 9 months before you open a business to increase your chance of success? What would you do? Nobody answer? Nobody has a clue? Rosen, you have the right answer. Rosen has the right answer. So what would you do? Start lining up prospects, okay? Paul said start lining up prospects. What would you do? You open a new business, everything you could. Now, you know, I will speak to that. Learn lead gen and learn sales. That's what Dale said. Okay? Okay, here comes what I decided. And looking back, they was very smart. So, from those 150 franchisees, you know every month will make the most sales. So what we did is we studied the top 10 franchises. What they did, we interviewed them and learned what makes them successful. Because successful people, they do things a little bit different. They are not by accident successful. So very soon, very quickly, I learned that most of them got the most leads, most business from AdWords. So I had 9 months to learn AdWords, and I learned very quickly that the website they are using and the vendor they are using was not the best one. So I created my own website and set up my own AdWords campaign. And that was the key. That was not the key. It was part of the key of success. Of course, your business has to provide a good service. So my wife did everything in the lab, in the store, and I drove the leads. But same you can apply to you, okay? If you know in your surrounding who's successful with local marketing, okay? Try to find out what they're doing. Why are they successful? Not everybody will share that, but some do, okay? So don't surround yourself with people who are complaining, who don't get it, who are buying every product. Every day they buy a $9 product. Okay? Every day they think they found the gold. Every day they're reading hours for emails and are around on Facebook before they have done their own work. Okay, that doesn't make you successful. You have to watch and follow certain successful people. Okay, something where you feel connected with and something you can trust. Okay, and then it is just focus. Okay, the remaining part is just get it done. There's nothing wrong about get it done, correct? If you buy in training, let's say you decide tonight, I'm going to learn AdWords management, okay? So what is your next step? You're going to learn it until you watch any other email, okay? You're going through those 10 training sessions, okay? You're going to get clients. You set up a payment system and you accept a credit card and you set up the AdWords campaign. You stick to it. And at a certain point you will say, hey Jack, this was my turning point. It is. Try to follow a successful path and focus on it. Okay? So I hope that helped. But that is not actually the topic of this training. Do you guys saw my email? What the topic was of today? Who have seen my email? Isabel said yes. Mark said no. Johnny said Leadfinder. Arlene, yes. Forgot what it said. Will said yes. So Rosen said Leadfinder. So let me introduce this a little bit. Heidi said, I never get your emails. Okay, send a support ticket. I can check into it. Maybe they go to spam. Okay, I don't know, but at least I can check it out. It's not good that you not get my emails, but it's not good. So who of you guys has Leadfinder Jack? Or yeah, who of you guys has Leadfinder Jack? Enter yes and enter no. Okay, I see only yeses. If you have a no, just answer no. It's nothing. I don't let you feel bad. Now, some of you guys have Leadfinder Jack and another tool. So who of you guys has also another Leadfinder tool? Enter yes if you have also another Leadfinder tool. So there's a couple. So I just wanted to show you some history, and I invite you to go to that other Leadfinder tool. Where is it? And see how many revisions they have. Okay, you see all those revisions where almost every month we update the version. And best of all, if you are in a Leadfinder Jack group, you will see it. Or if you send a support ticket to support the Leadfinder Jack, you will see that we always listen to you guys. And one of the questions what came back and took some time to implement this is that you now can your own niche. You guys are interested in a niche what is actually not in world search. You always kind of wanted to go after a niche, and you only had local biz to do that, but not in world search. You were not able to collect everything in one click. You see, you have some personal preference, correct? Yes. So I'm happy to introduce the latest version of Leadfinder Jack. The latest version, let me share the screen, change from screen. The latest version from, do you guys see this? Let me go back. So the search is the latest version is if you create a new campaign and you select a state. Okay. Who's from New Hampshire? Somebody? Tell me which state I should select. Georgia. Arizona. Okay. Then next, select city. So now it downloads all the cities from Arizona. Can take a couple of seconds. New Jersey. Phoenix. So now there is a new button. You see this city list? Let's assume your city is not in the predefined ones. That happens rarely, but it can happen. That is not complete. Or you are interested in a certain city. So you click on it and you click on save, and now you can enter my city. Okay, you click on OK, and now my city, let me city list, my city is also included in the search. Okay, now if you click on next, select niche, is even much more impressive. So you see all those niches, but those are limited. Okay, now you can click on niches and you can double click on it. Second. We have to double click on it. Yeah, so you once let me refresh this first. So now it refreshed. And now you can here also enter your own niche. So I will create an add button or so. I think if you have an add button, okay, here it is. So my niche. Okay. And now it will show you as my niche. And now you can get the companies. Okay, for one city, niche in Arizona. So the same search you can do in Home Advisor, that you can add your city and your own niche. The same interface is for create a new campaign and you can add your own city and your own niche. Okay? And also in the campaigns now we have not a blank screen anymore. We have those predefined columns which you can change here. So if you want other columns, you go to columns and you select them to your like. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how you can add your own city, which can happen, not too often, but you are more likely to use your own niche and you have to double click it on it a little bit. Okay, can you select city and niche in AdWords search? Yes, you can. I'm not sure why AdWords is not showing here. It's not with my lights, but some of you guys have AdWords here too, and you can add the niche and the city also. So if you have Sales Dynamite Jack package, AdWords will also show. Good question, Dale. So that's one. Any question about Leadfinder Jack? You can go to emails. Missed the double click to bring up my city. Can you repeat that? I will create an add button or so. Double click is not logical. Do you mail all the emails? Do you mail to all emails? Kind of, yes. I send out emails with Leadfinder Jack and all the mails came to me as spam. That is, you can add your own mail server if you want. Even to info. No, info, admin, and all those kind of things, sort of emails, they get automatically not sent. So Leadfinder Jack will not send those kind of emails automatically, because that would hurt your reputation about your mail host. How many different Leadfinder Jacks do you have? Only one. There's only one Leadfinder Jack, but they come with different levels. If you have Sales Dynamite Jack, you have the top level. Okay? Then you have access to everything. Okay? Any other question about, if you go to here, the templates, library, I can download multiple, multiple templates at once. Isabel said, Sales Handbag is what we have, so you're all set. That is just the best package. Okay. That is about Leadfinder Jack. Any other question about Leadfinder Jack? No, thank you. Okay, so let me go back to, some of you guys still like the Leadfinder Jack standard installation, correct? The standard team, Christianus. Let me try to log in the webinar account. I want to demo something to you guys. Okay, some of you guys, which of you guys use the drag and which one use the standard version? Enter standard or drag. Arlene said bold, Rosam said drag said Mark, Lloyd said bold, Patrick said drag, Low said direct, I don't know what that is, Will said drag, okay. So, I didn't get any standard, actually that is very good, but I want you to show what we added in the local, in a standard team. So if I do a new install for local card, and I choose the standard team, and let's say I install a lawyer team, okay, and let me just install on this domain a standard team. I need to switch one from standard to drag. Yes, you should. Yes. Okay, WordPress already installed on your select there. Do you want to override it? Yes, I want to override it. I want to show the standard. You see how easy it is with WP Gateway, how to install a theme. What if you guys are using WP Gateway? To install a theme, to manage a theme, to host your websites, backup, restore. So it's all in one tool. Every local marketer dreams about it. Heidi said it is very expensive. Heidi, do you have a headset? Would you like to live on the call with me? Are you okay with that? Okay. Let's have a live call with Heidi. Hi Heidi, this is Jack. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do hear you. And I think 500 people will hear your voice too after this webinar.
Oh
So,
my God.
so you become known in the local marketing space. So Heidi, I'm a company and you do a service for me, okay?
Yes.
You do my local internet market service, okay? And because WP Gateway is so expensive, you cannot afford it, and you put it on Bluehost or HostGator, correct? Because that's much cheaper. Why would you spend $10 per domain on WP Gateway? That is just ridiculous, correct? So,
Um,
you do internet market service for me, and I pay you, let's say, $200 per month, okay?
yeah.
That is a recurring payment. Now I'm the client and I'm very angry on you, Heidi. I'm very angry. I looked at my website. It is slow half of the time, and even today it was offline. What the heck is going on, Heidi? If you can't fix it within an hour, I'm going to cancel this service.
Oops. Yeah.
Do you think I make this story up?
Probably not.
No, this happens to you, okay? I guarantee you.
Okay.
So if you use shared hosting from HostGator or Bluehost or whatever, you wish you had trustworthy hosting before you would have said to Jack, $10 hosting for my clients is too expensive.
Okay, I get the point. Yes.
Okay. Now, I understand when you don't have a client, it's relatively expensive because the same website, if you are just treating your internet market business as a hobby, then you don't want to spend too much work on a hobby, correct? And that is probably
Right.
the point where you are. You treat your business as a hobby. You don't surround you with professional tools to set you up for success. And you don't care if your website is loading slow or maybe doesn't work in a day because nobody looked at that day your website anyway, correct?
Probably.
So you will, if you kind of not set up you for success, do you think you
Mm-hmm.
will become successful?
No.
Okay. Do you want to become successful?
Yes, that's why I'm here. Yes.
Okay. So if you want to become successful, there are kind of couple of things what you need to do. You need to have focus, okay?
Yeah.
You going after something what has proven to work. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
you follow a blueprint.
Right.
The second thing is you want to sign up clients who pays you recurring fee. Okay, you're not going after the $1,000, what is very attractive if you have to pay your bills. I understand that situation, but you chasing every month after new clients, and but you want stability in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And the third thing is you're going to use tools which get supported, okay? That if you have clients, then after 3 months the product vendor don't support that plugin anymore or whatever you use, and your clients get upset.
Right.
You want to keep your clients happy. It took you a
Yeah.
lot of effort to get those clients, and you don't want to risk them for a couple of dollars.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. You made the point. I get it. I understand. Yeah.
Okay. So what are you going to do tonight?
I'm gonna get that hosting service that you offer.
Okay. And that is one part of the deal. You need to get clients, correct? That is the
Right.
key. That is the key. So Heidi, what are you doing to get clients?
Well, yeah, I wrote down all the ones that I sent it to. They came back to my inbox.
Okay, yeah, I understand. Oh, they
Yeah, I don't know
came
why.
back to. Oh, you did. There's a test. If you go to Leadfinder Jack, did you put
Yeah,
them in Leadfinder Jack or in the new Leads Prospector? Where did you send those emails?
Leadfinders Jack.
There's a setting. Let me go. Did you use this setting? I don't know.
Yeah, I used test, and for some reason it
Uh,
didn't. Yeah,
did test email?
yeah.
I have made. Do you see this live mode too or not? I don't know if you guys have that. That they shouldn't go in your. They shouldn't go in. They should go to the client, not to your. So
I
something.
know. I don't understand why all of them came to me instead of to the client.
Yeah. Can you jump on with Karen tomorrow? And
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Karen can do a screen share with you, because
Yes. Yes.
obvious that doesn't help if they go to you instead of the client.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird. Yeah.
So that is one part of the deal. Okay, you send
Yes.
clients and prospects. Do you think with emailing you can grow your business to your like?
Probably not. Probably have to call.
And that is not the funniest things to do, correct? To call this.
Correct.
I agree.
Right. Right.
I'm the same. I have to admit. I rather like that they call me.
Yes.
That I don't have problems when people call me and then convert because they needed something from me instead of
Right.
I'm pushing something.
Right.
So I'm working on a system for that. So that's coming, that they call you.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, you're not going to sit down, but you probably service your car. You probably have used once in a while an dishwasher or a washer or dryer company or a roofer
Mm-hmm.
company or an AC company, correct?
Yeah.
So did you did you approach them and share what you are able to do for them?
No, but I should, right?
So those, if you use a company for a while, they know you, so the trust is already there. So if I was a business owner and I was in a need for more leads and somebody of I already trust because they are my client, I would rather have my client doing the work for me than a stranger, correct?
Correct.
So you can use that position. So um, have you kind of studied on how to convert a client?
No.
Okay. So let's assume I I I call you, okay? And which niche would you like to go after, Heidi? Which kind of type of clients you would like to have?
A roofer.
Okay. So you are a roofer and I approach you, okay?
Okay.
Hi Heidi, this is Jack. May I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
So actually I'm an internet marketer and I have many roofers as clients. And one quick question I had for you is how much do you think that people nowadays use the internet to find a business?
I have no idea. Um, you mean a company like me?
Yeah,
How much they? Yeah.
yeah. How many of your new clients find you on internet instead of you know on other ways?
Yeah. Um, Probably not too many.
Okay, not too many. But do you think that people still look on internet to find a company like you, but they cannot find you? And they are, if they are looking for your for your business, they actually going to your competitor because they show up on the first page of Google.
That's probably true, but I have a website, so they should find me.
Okay, so if you type in roofer and your city, is your website showing on the first page of Google?
Um, I've never checked, but
No, I did.
maybe not.
I did that for you, and you are on,
Oh, yeah.
and you are on page 3. So
What?
that means that after they call you, they have called 9 other roofers. And do you think that you make any chance if they called 9 other roofers?
Probably not. That doesn't sound too good.
Would you like to be on the first page of Google?
Sure.
And I can help you
How,
with that.
how much this is going to cost?
So um, since I know this niche very well, um, I know exactly how to show you on the first page of Google.
Really?
Um, you have to see that I know your business, you earn about, how much do you earn per client in your business?
About, well, it depends. If it's a repair, it's probably $3,000. If it's a whole roof, it's probably about 10,000 plus minus, depending on the size of the house.
So let's say for only 10% of what the client with you spent, okay? Only 10%. I get
Hmm.
you a client. Does that work for you?
You mean $300 if I get
Ma
a,
You
yeah,
get a, yeah, you get a client for $300. Does that work for you? And they spent,
sure,
yeah. So
yeah.
I can do that for you. So what we will do is we ramp it slowly up. We will use Google AdWords.
Hmm.
I will make sure your new client doesn't cost you more than $300.
Okay.
And once we have the system running, you let me know how many clients you can handle. Does that make sense?
So it's $300 per client?
$300 per client max. So you just said that, you know, you earn a few, they spend between the $3,000 and $10,000. So
Hmm.
I use your numbers to make sure
Hmm.
you feel comfortable with the cost, okay? So I stay within your budget and I make sure that the leads, the new clients cost lesser than and you still make significantly amount of money with it, okay?
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's a deal. Yeah.
So when can you handle more clients?
Now.
Okay, what is your card number?
532. No.
Okay,
Right.
did what I just did,
Hmm.
9 of the 10 clients I can convert about on the same way.
Hmm.
Do you think
Okay.
you can do the same?
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to do AdWords, so.
No, that is what I said. You have to learn that, okay?
Right, right.
Or instead of AdWords, you offer Google My Business, but I just love AdWords. Okay,
Right, right, sure.
it's much easier.
Right, right.
So the AdWords training is 10 times 1 hour. So you can learn that within a week.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Okay.
and then you
Is
just
that is that part of the program, right?
it's local AdWords Academy. So
Okay.
you have to
I
go through it.
study. Okay.
Uh, so besides emailing, you need to have some conversation going. But
Right.
most of the time, when you have a couple of clients, 3, 4, 5 clients
Mm-hmm.
uh, going going have running, because the first client is always the difficult one. You learn the most. You have to set up a website. You have to set up an AdWords campaign. You have to set up an invoice system. You
Mm-hmm.
learn negative keywords and all of kind of things. It's kind of you learn to ride a bike, okay, and you
Right.
fall one on the way, okay. You make mistakes and not everything going perfect, okay.
Right.
After you learn to drive the bike, like you learn to walk, you can run. And the next client goes easy because you already know how to set up a website, you already know how to invoice the client, you already know how to accept a credit card, you already know how to speak with a customer, okay. And
Mm-hmm.
each time is kind of rinse and repeat. Okay,
Yeah.
I know very well my first client. Okay, so
Yeah.
and I know I didn't have the tools to clone a website. I had to do it all manually. I had to do
Right.
so many stuff manually because it was the first time, and each time you get smarter and you learn to automate things. Okay, your
Mm-hmm.
guys, you have just one-click tools at your availability, so you don't need to struggle so much. But
Mm-hmm.
and you can focus more to get more clients. Okay, so if how many hours do you have available to set up your business?
I have 20 hours a week,
Okay,
maybe plus.
how many of those hours do you use to get new clients?
Yeah, I guess not enough. I was fiddling around so far with setting up websites and things like that, but it doesn't make me any money. A website just sitting there.
Okay, do you want to you can set up a website within an hour, okay? You just select one of my teams, the digital marketing team will do the trick, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think you were maybe I saw it from you or somebody else said I write articles. But was that you? Somebody said I wrote articles for the website. You don't need that to be in business,
Right,
okay? You
right.
don't need that. You just get a website, get a domain name, get a business card, and sending emails and pick up the phone and be alert. You look for the conversation with business owners. You go to meetings. It's not an accident that you find a client because you were there at the right moment at the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so success is not luck. I feel you have to create a situation that you can become successful. Okay? If you never
Right,
speak with a client, you will not sign them up.
right.
If you don't send emails, you will not get responses. If you don't take the phone, you will not get conversations. If you don't speak with local business owners, you will not get the opportunity to close a deal. If you don't know, if you can accept credit cards, you will not never get a credit, or if you get credit cards, but you're not able to process a credit card. You have to kind of create a situation that you can become successful.
It's a system, really.
It's kind of a system. You want to you in at a certain point you want to say, okay, this is working for me, and now I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to maybe the same niche in another city. Okay, that is a very successful method. Or you stay in a city and you say, I come the local guru, local marketing guru. I give speeches, people recognize me, I put a nice sticker on my car, okay, and everywhere where I walk they see me as local Heidi, okay.
How
So
many roofers should I have in that area? I mean, obviously not too many because I'm promising them the first. Should it only be one roofer, let's say? I mean,
if you do
just
AdWords, one roofer per area is ideal.
okay, yeah,
So you don't want to overlap too many
right,
roofers in the same city. Okay,
right, right.
that creates conflict. But there are, how many cities are in the United States? I assume
Yeah,
you come from the United States?
I'm German actually.
Or you come from, yeah, but where do you live?
I live in Florida.
Okay, so Florida is a
Yeah,
nice state, I have to admit.
yeah.
So which city are you from?
Orlando.
Okay, so I'm from Boca, but I come
Yeah.
once in a while in Orlando. So
Oh,
um, what I want to say, there are, I think, about 50,000 cities in the United States.
right.
Okay, how many roofers can you handle?
Well,
I think if you have 50 clients, that is
right.
that gives you a good
Yeah,
good
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 income.
good income. Okay,
Right,
you don't want to work 80 hours per week. Okay,
right.
so let's say you work 20 hours per week and each client takes 1 hour, so you can handle 80 clients. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you earn between the $200 to $500 per client, so you make about $15,000
A
per
month.
month easily.
I can live with that.
Sorry?
Yeah, I said I can live with that.
Yeah. You don't you think I'm speaking I don't know how do you say that, but that is very achievable. Okay,
Yeah, oh no, I know.
that
Yeah.
is
No,
that is and
I know.
remember the first client is
The hardest.
the hardest. Okay, the second
Right.
client, you said, oh Heidi, I know exactly, I have the same clients, I know the lead gen price, I have the keywords, I have the ad, I have the negative keyword, I even have the website, and if you don't trust me you can even call my client how happy he is with my service. Do you think
Mm-hmm.
you don't get that client? He's happy with you.
Yeah.
So the second client is much easier than the first client. And the third client,
Right.
you have your system in place, so it's just a
Mm-hmm.
matter of setup.
Right.
And that is how you grow your business.
Okay.
So
Well, thank you so
Heidi,
much. Yeah.
I don't think the gateway is expensive.
Yeah. No. No. Yeah. Yeah. I don't
Expensive,
think so either.
expensive is when you lose a client. Then at that point things are expensive because you just lost somebody who paid you $200 per month. Somebody that you didn't have in control because the hosting was not up what you like. They reported a spam issue. I don't know if you have used HostGator or Bluehost or whatever, but they don't have any problems to email you. There's a problem with your website and you have to fix it within a certain amount of time, otherwise you get banned. And they're not offering to clean up your website or whatever the issue is. They said it's not our business. And then you have a client, a very unhappy client, and you don't know how to solve it because you don't have the expertise to uh, to solve a hacked website. You
Mm-hmm.
just don't have. That is very technical.
Okay.
And now you said, oh client, sorry, I will do next time better. And he said the next time I have to run
Yeah.
my business now, not next time.
Right. Right.
And I speak about experience, okay? And I know exactly how those conversations goes. Their website is kind of their love baby. They think at a certain moment, if the website is not working, their business is on hold. That is
Right.
how they panic.
Right, right.
They're not giving you $1,000 or more or whatever per month because they reward you because the business is, the website is so important. But if the website is not working, they blame you because that is the most important of the business.
Sure.
So that is how those conversations go. They are very nasty conversations. Okay.
Well,
Nice
thank
to
you so much.
learn
Yeah,
you, Heidi, and
yeah, yeah.
enjoy
Thank you.
Orlando. Okay.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
So, do you guys feel now more comfortable to speak with a client and to convert them? Do you know what a business is about? It's about ROI. It's about how you make money for them. You let them tell how much they earn from a client, and you just make sure that your cost per lead is low enough that they still make good money from it. Does that make sense? Always think in ROI. How can you make that business money? And if you can make them money, they are willing to pay you. Okay? So let me finish that. I wanted to show you one more thing. That was an update in the standard Leadfinder Jack. And actually that if you go to Team Jack, and you see this here backup. Everybody see this backup? So in the drag and drop team, we already had that feature that you're able to make a backup. So I wanted to tell you one more thing, okay? When you make a significant change of a website, you update a plugin or you make change of whatever, just create a backup first. And we created this feature also in the standard team that you can now create a backup within the team. Okay, you just click on it and then it creates a backup. So it gets stored on the gateway, but it is one click. Okay, and if it is not on the gateway, the website, it will ask you for your username and password. But I've made many mistakes even recently that I changed the website and I didn't have a backup. So backups, and then within the gateway you can easily restore it. So that is more than an hour. Oh my god, you guys, how do you guys feel at the moment? You guys feel you get value for your time? So Heidi said yes, thanks again. Thanks Heidi for coming live on the call. I appreciate that. Not not everybody Heidi, that you were willing to come on the live on the call, that proves that you are not shy and that you can do those phone calls. Okay, so, and Heidi said yes, I can. So can I store non-active domains? No, no need. No, there's only for live websites. I don't know what you It's hosting. It's not storage. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining the call. I really appreciate that. So if you have Leadfinder Jack, check it out, do the update, and will you guys have check out Netson Bank? Didn't have a question today, but about it. But if you really want to, if you need invoicing, and I really hope you need now or very soon, check it out. That you can easily invoice your clients. Is important part of your business to get paid. So don't. What you want to do is, who watched last week's webinar that you can put product links on your website? Please do that. If you don't ask for the sale, if you don't set up that you can get paid, if you don't create the opportunity that they can order your service, you will not get it. Okay? So that is simple as that. You have to set up your seller for success. So thanks everybody for joining the call, and I appreciate your time, and I'm looking forward for next week training. Thank you so much.